Hey guys, it is Friday, April the 12th, 2024, and I just wanted to tap in really quick. I am about to share this video about police gang stalking. It is an older video. Probably if you're a TI, some of you have seen this video. Again, I am going in a different direction instead of finishing out my Texas videos because of some things gone on. They came in my house last night again. The last time that they came in was the last week of March. When the full moon happened and they tried to do that planned car wreck. You could check that video out. It's witchcraft, black magic, and coven group attacks. You could check that video out to see what happened with that. But that's the last time that they came in my house was a few weeks ago, and they came in again last night. And there was heavy police presence around me. They don't do this all the time, but I'm trying to make this really short. They go on here. I know that there are police. I know that there are gang stalkers, of course, watching my channel, because whatever content I put out, they will copy that and they'll do that. They'll do those attacks. Or if I say that I know what they do this and that shows me what they're about to do, then they'll try to lay off and they'll do that, right? But they can never stay 10 steps ahead of God, because God will always stay 10 steps ahead of them, because Satan cannot beat God, right? And this is what's so great about having a relationship with the Lord. So there was heavy. I don't get this often. Sometimes I do. It varies, right? But as soon as I left the house yesterday, heavy police presence. And they do this where as soon as I leave the house, bam, at this red light right here, cop. I go down and pick up my first order, cop. I go to deliver it on the other side of town, cop. I come back over here on this side of town to get my orders again, cop. I'm on the other side of town, cop. And then as soon as I get over close to my house, cop. So there had to have been about like 15 cops yesterday. And what is crazy is that, give me just a second. What's crazy is that on my footage, right, I had just cleared out my SD card, okay? And I only have two videos, right? 2 videos of all the cops that were there yesterday. Just 2 out of like the 15 or more that were surrounding us yesterday for 5 hours when I worked. Because I'm on the streets, for about 5 hours working 5-6 days a week. So it was really weird. And they came in my house yesterday. They turned off, I had an 11-hour Bible thing playing yesterday, like I always do. And it's on the YouTube app. So even if it would have stopped playing on its own, it would have stayed on YouTube, but they didn't. They came in here, they stopped it, made it go off of YouTube, and made it go back to the home screen where it shows like the date and the weather and stuff like that. So that's how you know somebody came in here. I keep my bedroom door and my daughter's bedroom door open because the cameras are in there and I can hear if anybody's going in our bedrooms. But I closed the bathroom door, the closet door, my office door, they were opened, okay? The bathroom door, the closet door, this door, and then they moved something in like right by on my kitchen, by my coffee pot and stuff like that. And of course messed with the echo. That was all moved, okay? So, and was off, because when I come in the house, that should be playing, and it's playing. I have it on, as high as it will go. So, it's like when I get that very heavy police presence, it's like they're trying, especially when I get over here by the house, because I deliver everywhere. They're trying to make sure I feel that I feel there have been many people in this house. There have been my neighbors, all my gang stalker neighbors, not all of them, but there have been my gang stalker neighbors across the street have been in my house. Firemen have been in my house. Police have been in my house, because I know police for sure have been in my house, because they have equipment to make my security cameras go. Like they have that type of equipment, and everyday people don't have that equipment, right? So, and I do have proof of this with the firemen and people coming in. Hear them squealing out. I had people, during the month of October 2023, they were doing their satanic rituals. They had the fire trucks out here at the gang stalker neighbor's house. And they were in here. I could actually hear them on my security cameras in the house as they were doing like this fake street theater across the street. Like So there have been many people in my house. Here goes my ear again, popping. But if you hear me sniffing, it's every time I do a video. But I want to make this really short. But so I'm going to play a video for you about how police use gang stalking, how they sensitize the target to their environment. I am very also close to a military base, okay, several of them. You will also have, if you're close to a military base as a TI, you will also have your military covens. You got your FOP, which is your Fraternal Order of Police. These are your bad cops, not your good cops. These are your Masons, your Freemason cops. You also have your military Masons, your military covens that will participate in gang stalking. You have your church covens. Yes, you have gang stalkers all up in your churches. This is why God called me out of the church probably about 7 years ago, okay? He told me to come out because he is calling judgment on his churches, on the pulpit, on the pastors, okay? Because they are all in apostasy towards him. That's a whole nother video, okay? You got your local covens. You got your, it's a umbrella, an umbrella at the top, right? And it trickles on down into society with these people. They are in all sectors, in all areas. They infiltrate everywhere, and they got masks on. They will be all up in your face, smiling. I love Jesus, and they don't, right? And it's crazy out here. But we had heavy police presence. I believe that they are, when they do that, they're letting me know it's them. Like it's one of their guys, like they're covering for one of their people coming in here, because they need to know where I'm at. Like they need to know that I'm not coming in the house, like I'm not by the house, or they need to keep tabs on me, because there was hardly no, they've been slowing back on the vehicular stalking, the one headlighters and fog lighters and all this stuff like that. And they needed to know where I was, right? And then the 2 videos I do have out of all the 15 cops, this is hacked. Somehow my videos are gone again that I was gonna edit into here for y'all. The 2 that I do have, the cop towards the end of the night, because you don't see the cops around here. It's very corrupt, right? You'll see them during the day, but you will not see cops out here at night. It's very rare to see a cop out here at night. And I know this because I'm on the streets 5 hours a week, and or five hours, 5 to 6 days a week here. You will not see a cop at night, because if they were to be out here at night actually doing their job, then that means that they would have to pull over. They would see all the one headlighters, one fog lighters, cars driving around with no tail lights, one tail light, with paper tags, with illegal tags, no license plates at all, driving around with ghost cars, no lights on, no tail lights on at all. They would actually have to do their job, but since they're a part of the corruption, they don't come out at night at all, right? And I see people on Nextdoor wondering why the crime is so bad here. Well, the crime is so bad here because they don't know about the gang stalking and the targeted individual program, right? That's why the crime is so bad here at nighttime. People, constant burglaries and constant, all this stuff is because the police aren't out, right? Because if the police were out doing their job, then we wouldn't have this issue. But, people don't know about this program. But anyways, the corruption here is unreal, just like it is in most places. And it's because of this program. But this cop that I do have, he pulled over a gang stalker in front of us. That's how you know it's street theater. Of all the cars he could have pulled over, he pulled over a one headlighter car. So I'll edit that in. But that's the only 2 videos I have out of the whole day and whole night, which is crazy. All the other ones are gone. I don't want to make this too long. Just want to say that heavy police presence yesterday, heavy gang stalking by the police yesterday. They also came in my house. I don't know who they is. I'm guessing it's one of their guys, or whomever, messing with my stuff yesterday. So, but it's all good, right? Because God's going to take care of it. Starting this year is the year of judgment and blessing. And depending on how you've been moving out here in these streets, it's what side are you going to fall on, right? You've been moving evil, you're going to get judgment. You've been moving right with the Lord, you're going to get blessing. So, all right. So enjoy the video and try to learn something. All right. God bless. Shalom, shalom. Okay, so you're going to see this white SUV that is getting pulled over. It's the left front headlight is out. You got to look very, very quickly. It's going to be the right side on this side, but it's actually the left side headlight. And this is how you know that it is nothing but street theater, because they never pull over gang stalkers here. They never do anything about it here. And then all of a sudden, when bam, they're just pulling over a gang stalker, you're just like, okay. I slowed it down as much as I could. You can rewind it and go back and look. But if you really zoom in on the car, you see, you know how they have like the outside headlight and then the headlight on the inside? That one on the very inside is completely out. So you can go ahead and take a look at that. All right. God bless.
Hello everyone. Today we're going to talk about gang stalking, operations and tactics, and some of the schemes they like to use. To those of you out there who are targeted individuals like myself, you will recognize many, if not all, of these schemes. To those of you out there who are not victims, by the end of this video, I will have given you many credible sources to do further research on gang stalking. And to those of you out there who are skeptics, by the end of this video, I will have given you some things to strongly consider. So first, to those of you out there who are not victims, you may be asking yourself, what is this gang stalking program we're hearing more and more people talk about every day? What this is a post-2000 COINTELPRO. COINTELPRO, which existed from 1956 to 1971, is America's version of the old Stasi program. Now, this is a program driven by hate, plain and simple. It is methodically designed to psychologically attack the targeted individual in every facet. It is an all-out assault on one's existence. These attacks are personal in nature, and they are designed to attack the targeted individual while he occupies the same environment with the non-victim simultaneously. This program is methodical in design and is executed to near perfection. Now, you may be asking yourself, well, how is this gang stalking possible, and how is this community harassment taking place and we can't see it? We're not aware that it's happening. Well, two major factors are involved. One is the methodology that drives the program, and two are the street-level perpetrators who commit these crimes, which we'll be coming back to later on in this video. So first, the methodology that drives this program is very clever in design. It is engineered to attack the victim while he occupies the same environment as the non-victim. Now, you may be asking yourself, how is this possible? Well, what these perpetrators use is a tool known as sensitization. If you would, take a look at these next two video clips. Okay, so nothing unusual there, right? Just a car with a bike and a horse trailer, right? Now, take a look at these next few images. Now, if you've seen these images each day, every week, every month, for several months or several years, you would become sensitized to these images. And as a sensitized person, if you were alongside someone who was not sensitized, and the two of you seen either of these, you would have two different reactions. The one who is sensitized would be on high alert, while the one who is not sensitized would not have any reaction at all. Pretty slick, huh? Very methodical. Now, obviously I have been sensitized to cars with bicycles and horse trailers. Currently I am also sensitized to out-of-state tags, primarily the state of Florida with a new emphasis on the state of Ohio, local agencies, and of course the color red. Now, let's talk about how this program is managed and how one becomes a victim. First, let's look at the FBI and what they consider to be a potential domestic terrorist. Here I have a list of 72 behaviors and characteristics the FBI searches for when determining if one is a homeland threat. Included on this list are those that are anti-abortion, those that are anti-nuclear, and simply those that want to make the world a better place. Now, upon closer study and looking at this list, one can conclude that any one or more than one of these behaviors can pertain to anyone in the United States. In other words, this list has been cleverly designed to include anyone and everyone. Anyone could be labeled a homeland threat. Now, fusion centers is where information is compared and processed that is harvested from emails, from phone conversations, from medical records, and from purchase histories. The CIA, DHS, and FBI compare, dissect, and fuse this information at these fusion centers. The real problem, however, lies in the ease of manipulation. This is where the problem originates, and the abuse of the agenda for the search for homeland threats is exploited. This article I have here from the Examiner dates back to September 2011. It's one of the better articles I've read describing this injustice. I'd like to share a few key points with you. Number one, FBI documents obtained by human rights groups show 8,000 American targeted individuals are being secretly persecuted because their names are on a strictly confidential government watch list. Now, this article dates back to 2011. I think 100,000 is probably a more realistic number. Number two, this document includes a notice issued December 21st, 2010 to field officers from counterterrorism that states in capital letters, do not advise the subject that they may be on a terrorist watch list. Number three, ever made someone angry? A person who agrees with the American way of revenge, such as calling your name into the local fusion center? Ever jilted a lover? According to those protecting the fatherland, these situations are sufficient enough to be targeted and kept on a watch list no matter what. And number four, and the most disturbing, it only takes 2 people to report a target. 2 people. Herein lies the problem. You take the 72 characteristics that the FBI is searching for when determining if one is a homeland threat, and combine that with a 2-person witness account that one is a homeland threat, and you're now set up for one of the biggest abuses of power in the history of the world. And when you are deemed a homeland threat, you will experience the most bizarre transition in life you could ever imagine. There is no due process and there is no day in court. Your harassment is relentless. Now, let's look at some of these perpetrators out in the street that are committing these crimes, and one of the tools they like to use, street theater. If you would, take a look at this next video clip.
What I'm going to demonstrate here are two different versions of street theater. This first version is a brief conversation of someone on a cell phone. Now this street theater can be done with a cell phone, as this perpetrator is doing. When this perpetrator arrived, he sat on the opposite end of this coffee house until the table in front of me vacated. As soon as it vacated, he relocated quickly from his table to the table you see him at now, and immediately pulled out his cell phone. Now first, notice his escalated voice. This is used for hooking your attention. Once he has hooked your attention, he will next use catchphrases, as these stalkers want their presence known. And these catchphrases could include anything that pertains to you, family names, bank account numbers, where you work. Let's listen for a minute.
Oh yeah, I mean, he'll be fine. I mean, the thing that it is, the thing that it is like, this happened once with John Gibbs, and that seemed to work pretty well. And I want to make you think that we, we're on the camera, right? Right. Yeah, well, I'll handle it, but I just want to make sure you're okay with that, and then. That's fine. So, yeah, just so you know, what I've been doing too, I mean, I think I'm making progress with some of your accounts, and my goal is to have, between now and the end of the quarter, somewhere between probably 9 to 10 of total appointments set up for you. So that's why, I mean, and like I said, I feel like I'm making headway with them. I've got some good contacts going, so just, just be patient. We'll get them done. Listen, have a good weekend. I'll talk to you on Monday. Terrific. Thanks. All right, you bet.
Speaking awfully loud for a private business conversation, isn't he? I hid the camera from his sight so he wouldn't deviate from his catchphrases. Now, let's take a look at the perpetrator in this next video clip. The second example we're going to look at is this perpetrator conversating with someone else. This time I wanted her to see the camera to get her reaction to the camera's presence. She immediately stopped her catchphrases when she noticed I was filming and documenting her. I use this example primarily because I wanted you to see how many times she looks at my camera and just how much it is bothering her that she is being filmed and documented. Now listen to her conversation briefly and then watch her reaction to the presence of the camera. Now let's reveal to her that she's being filmed and check out her reaction to the presence of the camera. Not once does she say a word about the camera. Although she is locked in on it, she just keeps checking to see if it's there in hopes I might remove it so she can start her street theatrics again. This is typical of the perpetrator's reaction when video is used to record their theatrics. When they realize that they are now on my file to resource whenever I need it, they will talk about anything but catchphrases. What I've done here is reverse their attempted implantation of uncomfortableness and used it against them. Now the negativity they intended to poison me with is being used against themselves. They are afraid of exposure, period. The street theater is a huge part of the driving methodology of this modernized COINTELPRO. While occupying the same environment, this program has been engineered with years of research and fine-tuned to affect and impact the victim, while leaving the non-targeted individual unaffected, despite the fact victim and non-victim are sharing the same environment.
What the perpetrators are trying to trigger with these street theater tactics is an anxiety disorder known as agoraphobia. Agoraphobia is an anxiety disorder that is characterized by anxiety when the sufferer perceives his environment to be dangerous, uncomfortable, or unsafe. Now, this leads to dissociation, which leads to the targeted individual's isolation. I cannot emphasize to you the seriousness of this disorder. Now, the perpetrators are gunning for the victim's total mental collapse with these tactics and with this disorder. They are trying to make you do something you normally would not do, and they'll do anything and everything to make this reality. The inmates are running the asylum, so to speak. Now, while the methodology of this program is very clever, this system does have two significant flaws, and they are major. One is exposure by video camera, and the second is the mental incapacity of the street level perpetrator. Let's face it, people, these guys are no mental giants. They have succumbed to mind control. They have already sold themselves out, so to speak. They are brainwashed robots that do whatever they are told, whatever they are ordered. They don't question, they don't complain, they just obey. Now, to further the perpetrator's downfall, they have been working in these brainwashed, synchronized teams or units for so long, they've lost all sense of individuality. In other words, these guys can't even order a cheeseburger without consulting each other first. Now, earlier in this video, we talked about this post-2000 COINTELPRO and some of its Stasi characteristics. Take a look at this video clip.
The purpose of the Stasi was spying on the population using a diverse network of citizens turned informants. The strategy of the Stasi was to fight any opposition by overt and covert measures. This includes the psychological destruction of the victims involved. One of the main attributes of Stasi symbolism is the color red. The two guys in this video use red t-shirts and red shoes to exhibit Stasi symbolism.
Let me reemphasize, this has got to be one of the biggest abuses of power in the history of the world. And for those of you in the public sector who are not victims, and those of you who are skeptics, I hope I've given you some things to strongly think about and consider. Not target it today, target it tomorrow. I highly recommend this article from the Examiner back in 2011, and the credibility of this study of agoraphobia and gang stalking from UC Berkeley goes without saying. You can contact me with comments. My email is attached.